What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the best playbook, the best offense that you guys can run to help you guys out in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Now, this goes for all 5v5 modes, so clutch time. So, if you play offline breakout clutch time, this is going to help you out. If you play Showdown, if you play salary cap, this is going to help you out. Now, I did upload a video talking about my defensive settings a while back, but again, that's not what we're focused on today. So, I want to start with this. I do not have a certain playbook. The playbook does not matter. I mean, I run Bucks just because I've ran Bucks in years past, but this does not matter. So I want you guys to hear me out. Your playbook, simply put, does not matter. What matters is your gameplay. You're going to want to go in here to your offensive settings, right? I got a video on my defensive settings. Go watch that. That's on the channel as well. And you're going to want to make sure your freelance is on 5 out, okay? You can try comp. You can try other stuff. I personally believe 5 out is the best freelance. Now, with that, you're also going to want to make sure your adaptive coaching engine is off, okay? It's important if you're doing settings that your adaptive coaching engine is off. Otherwise, your settings will get changed. So once you get in game, if you haven't done anything before the game, you're just going to want to make sure that your freelance is in 5 out. It should be saved, and that your adaptive coaching engine is off. Those are the only two settings that you even have to change, okay? Those are the only things that you personally are going to have to change. Now, when you get in the game, okay, you guys can see my Xbox controller here. You're going to want to click, it's going to be towards the middle on the D-pad. So your guys is right on the D-pad. So right on the D-pad, I think it's R1 and then your settings. So I'll do it for you guys. So you're going to click right on the D-pad. You're going to click RB, okay? And then you're going to click 5 out just to make sure you're in 5 out. What you can do is you can get into a quick ISO here. And so that's going to, basically give you the strictly 5 out type of setting. But the main thing that I do, I don't really call pass and screen away. I don't really do anything like that, okay? What I really do, and you can, right? You can run different things. You can run your pass and screen away. You can get into really whatever you want to get into. If you call quick ISO, guys are going to be, or girls in this situation are going to be spaced. But the main thing here is every time you call a pick and roll, your spacing is going to be perfect. So if you have people that complain about their spacing, I would, genuinely just recommend to anybody that has trouble with their spacing, just run more pick and rolls. You could just click LB and then hold the icon you want to set a screen with, or just hold LB and you can call a pick and roll. Again, look at my spacing. Everything is perfect. Again, when it breaks down, call for another pick and roll. Another really solid spacing situation. The moment you don't call a pick and roll is where things break down. And I'll again showcase that here next possession and just try to run my offense without calling a pick and roll. So if you're like me, just like, okay, I'm just gonna ISO, right? I'm just gonna ISO and see what happens. Look what happens, okay? Look what happens to the spacing, right? If I just try to do whatever, your spacing is just all over the place, okay? And whereas if you call a pick and roll, your spacing is good and the players just stay there. If you call a pick and roll, that saves everything as far as your spacing is concerned. Because if you don't call a pick and roll, look at the opponent, right? They're basically what my people would be doing, my girls, I guess, in this situation, would be doing if I would not be calling a pick and roll. They just don't, yeah, they start in the right place, but if something breaks down, they just give up on it so easily. So again, do I spam pick and rolls? Yes. I would venture to guess that per possession, per time, I call more pick and rolls than anybody else that plays this game. I would literally venture to guess that. Because when it comes down to it, every single possession, every single moment, I'm running a pick and roll. Things break down, that's cool. All right, call another pick and roll and see what happens here. And again, spacing-wise, we're in good shape, right? And it all just boils down to the fact that I'm in a 5 out freelance and I call pick and rolls. It's not, there's nothing that's more difficult than that, or nothing more simple than that. Now, some people, right, they will, you know, do this pass and screen away, and I'll show you guys exactly what that looks like. I personally don't do it a ton, but I do want to mention it in this video. Everybody has pass and screen away in their settings and can easily, you know, access it, get to it, and it is, you know, super easy to do. But we'll talk about that here in a second. Obviously, it's domination, so this should be really easy for me to win the game. But it's the same thing in Showdown, okay? So now here's the situation. If you get into your pass and screen away, your girls or guys are going to be spaced at basically the hashes. So a lot of people will do this and then just basically ISO and get to the rim. And obviously, if you've got a point guard that you can get to the rim with, hence a like Shea, hence a Ja, hence even like a Michael Carter-Williams, that can work for you. Like, definitely mix it up with the pass and screen away with your pick and rolls. And that's the one thing I will always say with my offensive tips and tricks is play random, right? Don't always use the screen. Sometimes get your opponent into the screen and go the other way. Sometimes call this, you know, pass and screen away. And sometimes, you know, just run a pick and roll, right? It's all about mixing up your looks. Again, getting them into the screen, knockdown for Kelsey Plum. Obviously, I missed it, but that's just the situation. A prime example of what you guys can do. But I see a lot of people, again, this year especially, complaining about, man, can my people just space the court? And my big thing is, if you are spamming pick and rolls, your people on the court should space the floor. I mean, they should, because for me, I really don't have many issues with my spacing very often whatsoever. Especially, you know, especially this year, I feel like it's been better than it has in the past. And yeah, you can say, oh, Ty, you're just lucky or whatever, but I genuinely think if you call pick and rolls on this game, you're going to be just fine. Now, again, yeah, you can run the pass and screen away and you can run to the rim and have success doing it. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying for me personally, things break down right now. Call a pick and roll, see where your girls are running to. The one girl Kelsey Plum ran to the opposite corner. So then try to, go where the opponent's not, right? So I went to the middle there, had a lot of space, had a lot of separation, and we were able to knock down a shot. Like I said, if you watch any of my gameplay from this year, a lot of it's on Twitch, so make sure to go follow me on Twitch and sub. It is September on Twitch, so it's discounted. But that's besides the point. But if you watch me on Twitch and King of the Court, it's the same situation, right? I'll call a pick and roll. My spacing will be good. And again, you're just getting into your offense quickly. Your spacing is going to be good. So now that we got through the domination game, I will hop into a showdown game quickly to show you guys how it looks in there with the freelance, with the pick and roll. My opponent here at tier 1, 84 wins. Don't mind my 153 wins, guys. I do sweat the game. So again, get the ball right on the D-pad, RB, and getting 5 out. So again, spacing's already good. But look, when I call for a screen, it gets even better. And just look at how good it is. Again, I get it in the corner. I'm calling for another screen. And again, it is really good. Now, in here, I do mix in the dribble handoff situation just to give my opponent a different look. But you guys see the spacing on that possession, right? Like, yeah, I did a lot offensively, but my spacing throughout was pretty good. My guys weren't in the area unless I called for them to be, which is all part of my plan. Same thing here. Again, you can get into this pass and screen away. If you do it, your guys are going to start the possession space. But again, you call for a pick and roll and look at the spacing. Just absolutely ideal. Hop step. Again, that's fine. Get a reset, call for another pick and roll. And again, you're just fine. You're in another just fine position. Obviously, my Scotty faded to Narnia. Not ideal there. Get an O board, another pick and roll, good spacing. Bazelis for 3. And again, look at how I'm mixing things up. Sometimes I make them hit the screen, go the other way. Sometimes I just run off the screen. Sometimes I dribble handoff. That's the offensive part that you guys can mix up. You don't have to do the same thing every possession. But yeah, I call a pick and roll every possession, and we see what I can get into. Good D. No way. Same thing here to start the possession. I'm going to get to the corner fade, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. Call for the screen. You get to the corner fade, and it's green. Everything I do offensively, though, starts with the 5-out pick and roll. Get into a dribble handoff, hit the screen, go the other way, Scotty P. Green. Y'all see it, man. Y'all see it. 3 of my 3s so far are getting my opponent into the screen, going the other way for a triple. And we force a rage quit. This is not a fake video, guys. This is not a setup video. It's all a result of my good spacing. It's all the result of the good pick and roll 5-out freelance. It's simple. It's not necessarily easy. That is going to wrap it up for our video though today. Let me know down below in the comments. Did this help you guys out? Do you still have some more questions? Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.